Samantha Johnson. Harvey McHugh.
Yes, Mum.
I've ironed your shirt. Now hurry up or you'll be late for your interview. Even Grandad's bowled over by the thong, aren't you, Dad?
I sweat when I'm nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Oh, what if I miss out?
Ah.
Look, if I don't get upgraded, they'll lay me off. They're only keeping the permanent staff.
Just smile and be polite. You'd be surprised how much good manners help. And don't forget this. My letter from the Treasurer.
Oh, Mum.
It's what your dad'd want. You show it to them, Harv. The Treasurer said he was a credit to the service.
That Treasurer's in jail.
15 years in land tax and never took a sickie. And tell them the Minister went to your school. Every little counts. Now, I've been saving this up in case I get cancer. But I know how important this interview is.
Oh, jeez.
No one ever died from Lord's water.
Yet. See you, Grandad.
OK, Dad, let's finish your breakfast.
I've applied for the job of accounts clerk because oh, God. I bet some lucky bloke shoves his head in there at night. No, I take it back. I'm sorry, God. No mortal sins before the interview. Don't think about sex. Think of something else. Bathwater. No, autumn leaves. The grand final. AIDS. Yeah, that's it. AIDS. 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 AIDS.
Don't cross your legs. They're really into body language. Don't sit down before they ask you to.
So much to remember.
They'll ask if you support the mafia.
What?
Multiculturalism, AIDS, feminism, the indigenous and animal liberation.
Right, is my collar down at the back?
Hang on. No, it's fine. That's Carl's girlfriend, Fiona. She's a research assistant. He calls her in when he wants to look up something. Morning, Carl. Yeah.
Hey, Harv, it's him.
Stairs, man.
Yesterday's leader.
Replace it with one of yours, Minister?
Yes. The blue suit. Damn building should be condemned.
I'll check it out, sir.
Holy St. Jude, apostle and martyr, great in virtue, rich in miracles, near kinsman of Jesus Christ.
Oh, watch out.
Sorry, Megan. Job interview, Felix's.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
Well, he hasn't, but his contract expires next week and he's too ill to renew it.
Good luck, Harv.
Oh, no. The equal opportunity trifecta.
So, what did you do in animal welfare?
Castration's clerk. I assisted a committee for compulsory cat desexing, but the government abolished my job.
Then you've got another 12 months to find a permanent position. Or you're out.
10 months now. 3 days.
And why do you think you're suitable for this position?
Because I'm doing it already. Temporarily, I mean. They sent me to the trust department when Felix came down with AIDS, so since I'm doing it already, I figure it's only fair that I get the job.
We decide what's fair, McHugh.
How would you describe the kind of work involved?
The trust department manages the bank accounts of psychiatric patients, and...
Yes, we're aware of that. But do you understand the needs of the psychologically disabled?
Sure. Whenever a problem arises, I go out and visit them. Today, for instance, I'm going to see a lady who's been querying her bank balance. I don't mind. I do it on my flex time.
So while we're busy privatising, you're off pandering to the whims of non-paying customers.
Is there anything else you'd like to know? I was in and out in under 5 minutes. I kept the woman from lotteries for hours.
A woman applied? With qualifications?
I won't get it, will I? Hey, Smedley.
What?
Can you, check these for me?
I'm doing lotto, Harv.
Now, Mrs. Dewhurst's account statement, she's been complaining that they're out. Look, see, 17 cents has been deducted every fortnight for the past 2 years. She's asking what it's for, and I'm damned if I know.
Felix probably charged us something by accident. He made a few mistakes when he got sick. It's only 17 cents.
Draw up a refund?
And admit to an error? God, you know what the nutters are like. They'll all be wanting their money back.
So what do I tell her?
Make something up. Say, it's under review. Listen, Harv, you're not going to get this job, so why worry? That's my lucky seed.
Sorry.
I'm sorry I complained.
It's your money, Mrs. Dewhurst. You got a right to know where it's going.
Oh, I know where it's going, but it's too late to stop them. They're giving my pension to the Communist Party.
There aren't any communists anymore, Mrs. Dewhurst.
That's just what they want you to think. They're out there, Harvey. At nights, you can hear them talking Chinese in the bushes.
Look, why don't I ask your doctor about the 17 cents?
Dr. Voisner will try to shut me up. He'll send me to the Home of Compassion. No one ever comes back from there.
It's just what you said when the Martians landed, and nobody sent you away then, did they?
But this is different.
And the time you saw Elvis disguised as a night nurse?
Oh, I wish I weren't like this. I wish I didn't know everything. When I'm dead, I want Misty taken care of. You'll do that for me, won't you, Harvey?
You mean put him down?
Fix him. Spay him.
Oh.
So you can find him a good home. Don't let the communists get him, Harvey.
Time for your shower, Princess.
Misty. That's it, Mrs. Dewhurst. You own a pet. The 17 cents. It's probably a DAD, a domestic animal deduction. Under subsection 12, at the hospital's discretion, they can take money from your pension to pay for pet food and worming. Hello?
I'll be there in a minute, son. As soon as I fix this. Keep spitting out Rolf Harris.
I need to see Dr. Voisner. Is that,
What are you in for?
Oh, I'm not a patient. I'm here on business from trusts.
Come in. When you've worked here a while, you think everyone's peculiar.
Not me. I'm normal.
Good for you.
I have to check on a deduction and, Dr. Voisner?
Do us a favour. Won't take a minute. The public health system will be in your debt forever.
I really shouldn't.
I need someone to test it on. You did say you were normal, didn't you?
Well, yes.
They're pretty thin on the ground round here. Now, watch these carefully and say yes or no after the beep. Sad?
Yes.
Sexy?
No.
Dreadful?
Yes.
Delightful?
No.
Entertaining?
Yes. They were more interested in a feminist from lotteries.
That made you pretty angry, didn't it?
No.
Ow! Oh, sorry. I forgot it was on. It doesn't like it when you lie.
Look, I'm late. This 17 cents. Was it a DAD? Domestic animal deduction?
Have you ever stopped to ask yourself how Mrs. Dewhurst can afford to buy pet food? After all, she is on a pension.
Well, who pays for her here, then?
She's one of our grace and favour patients.
You mean charity?
That's a word we hate at Bethaven. If the government had its way, she'd be out on the street, scrounging in dirt bins, sleeping in gutters. That's the welfare state for you.
I'm sorry, it's just that her accounts...
Don't balance? Let me tell you something, Harvey. Nothing in life is meant to be balanced. Take your good self, for instance. 21 and still a virgin.
I'm not... Ow! Oh. Look, I'll put it down as a DAD.
Harv, get me the Reladon, will you, love? I've done my back again.
You ought to give that job away before the cops come looking for you. It's a crime now, cleaning and claiming a pension.
I hear they gave it to a woman from lotteries. I rang the office. Smedley told me. Oh, Harv.
It's not fair. Wish I was a feminist.
In your dad's day, it was Anglicans. They always got the jobs. Night after night, he'd come home crushed because someone called Cyril or Jasper had been promoted. That's why we christened you Harvey. We thought it might help.
Just once, I want to come first.
Now, come on now. Your dad never gave up, never. Sometimes when I'd gone to bed, he'd go into the bathroom and cry his eyes out. He'd turn the shower on so no one would hear. But next morning, he was on that tram. And he almost made it, Harv. He would have too if he hadn't have drowned. 15 years tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Seems like yesterday sometimes. You wonder where the days go. They really are like sands through the hourglass. Look.
Huh. Dad's in memoriam.
$1.50 a word now. Still, he doesn't have Christmas or birthdays and that. And they might get the paper in heaven, who knows? On Thursday nights, he'd bring me his pay packet, seal unbroken. Now, not many men would do that.
How's that, eh?
Oh, wonderful.
Your bunion's gone down.
Do you think he's remarried? Up there, I mean. Not that I'd mind.
No.
You've got healing hands, Harv. You know what the priest said the day Ted drowned? 4 hours underwater and your dad was still smiling. Mrs. Mack, the priest, said, that means the angels took him. You've got your dad's eyes, Harvey. Frank's got his chin, but you've got his eyes. Now read it to me, will you?
If tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, I'd climb my grief to heaven, Ted, and bring you home again. This month's bouncy miss is a Liverpool lass who likes stamp collecting, fish and chips, and see-through bicycle shorts. You'll find her on page 31.
How long did you say since your last confession?
Harvey.
2 weeks, I think.
Harvey.
Every sin you commit is an insult to God. Has it ever crossed your mind he might be punishing the world because of your impurities?
No, Father.
Harvey.
Sorry, Father. I'll never do it again. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Harv.
One special, please. Have you got one with fat?
Saved it for you. There you go.
Thank you.
Red or white?
No wine, thanks. It gives me asthma.
You gotta have it, Harv. It's part of the special.
Thanks. See ya. Smed, this friend of yours, does he really have access to God?
Morris isn't a friend. He's a clerk.
Can you introduce me? I covered for you when you doctored your flex sheets. I need to see God. It's urgent.
What's wrong?
Our computer's playing up. Must be the old wiring in this building. Remember the 17-cent deduction? Well, I've been finding it everywhere, on every single file of every patient we look after. Not just the psychiatrics, but the alcoholics and the brain dead. I mean, it is taking money from their pensions every fortnight. If Mrs. Dewhurst hadn't have told me, I'd never have noticed.
Well, it's such a small amount, it's hardly worth the worry.
Think so? 17 cents times 26 weeks times 6,000 patients. 27,000.
But the heart and soul of all good government is not in parliaments, no. Not behind high walls or in locked-up chambers, but here, amongst the people. Privatisation empowers you. Privatisation knocks down those walls and lets in the light. I have a vision of an Australia filled with light.
You'll miss Morris.
Of a people at peace in a land they truly own.
Food see. And I smiled as I wrote him a check that's tax deductible.
This is the first time you've seen him? God?
Yeah, but I've heard lots about him.
Well, it's all true, mate. Gatherer of data, meet Harvey McHugh. Harvey. God. All right. And what was the lady's name?
Dewhurst. Maureen Mary Dewhurst.
Date of birth, 19th of June, 1927. Not much on her, I'm afraid. Widowed 10 years, certified since 88.
Well, ask why the 17 cents is being deducted.
Can do. Please supply details of 17 cents. I'd say it's for tax or Medicare. Do you reckon Smedley gets late much?
Look.
All right then, McHugh, come in.
Good afternoon, Minister. I really loved your speech.
Thank you.
We were at the same school together, you and me.
Oh, which one was that?
Holding Innocence, North Mafeking. You were a senior when I was in infancy. You used to hold me up to reach the bubblers. I remember you clearly.
Really?
This can't keep going on. I've got health inspectors clamouring to look inside this hospital. How long do you think I can keep them out?
I could work a lot faster if you gave me more money.
I've never met a scientist yet who doesn't cry poor mouth.
Minister, I'm taking these risks because of you.
Yes, all right, Victor, I realise that.
I'm so close to finding a cure for you, I can almost smell it. He should have been perfect.
Who is he?
He's a groundsman here. He was lopping a tree and fell. Strong as an ox. Devil of a job to anaesthetise him. Blood tests were most encouraging, too. He just didn't respond to treatment. Well, not in the way I'd hoped.
Is this permanent?
He'll come out of it soon. The next one will be it.
Provided he's got what? The correct blood type? Genes? Or just sheer luck? We may never find a donor.
No, he's out there somewhere, Minister. It's just a matter of time.
Yes, but what's Thanksgiving for but to spend time with your loved ones? And that's what Brock and Christabel are. My loved ones.
It's a good one today, isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks for letting me watch it.
Oh, that's all right, love.
Frank doesn't like serials. Frank doesn't like anything on TV without shooting, goalposts, or grown men rubbing their groins with cricket balls. It's just like having 3 children.
Dad, look at us!
Hey! Didn't even remember me, Frank. I wasn't rude or anything.
You know these politicians. Always a lot on their minds.
Thought he could maybe help me out with the job.
You gotta be fatalistic. What's happened here is probably all for the best.
Yeah, get retrenched, end up on the dole. All for the best.
Remember at school, you wanted that religion prize? The rosary that shone in the dark?
Don't talk about that.
Oh, you had to come first. Up at dawn to learn your catechism. Coloured in every page in your Life of Jesus fun book, and what'd you get? 90%?
95.
Dominic O'Meara only got 80. But his uncle was a bishop. Guess who got the beads?
Why do you always bring this up?
You howled for weeks. Why did you cry?
Frank.
Dommy loved his little rosary. Sat up all night praying till his fingers glowed from the plutonium. 5 years later, he starts to get headaches. They open him up, oh, he's riddled with it. Cancer of the rosary. If you'd won that prize, you wouldn't be here now, would you? God acts in strange ways, Harvey. Sometimes it's best if we don't get what we want.
Still take them. Even now. Even if I knew they were radioactive. They were lovely. They were mine.
Come on, boys. Dinner's ready.
And leave them to the end of the half.
Come on, it's just the end of the half.
No, go with it, Frank.
Go with it, Nana. Frank, we're dishing up.
To the end of the half, sweetie. Just to... Mum, the phone? I'll get it.
Hello?
Spay Misty for me.
What?
Spay Misty for me.
Who is this?
Mrs. Dewhurst from Bethaven Hospital.
Mrs. Dewhurst, how are you?
They're after me, Harvey, the communists. They found out I complained about the 17 cents.
Look, no one's going to hurt you. I told you that.
Don't let them take Misty. You promised it.
Hello? Hello?
Harvey, dinner.
There you go, it's all cut up the way you like it.
A little bit finer than sausage.
He was on the floor when I found him. I didn't know what to do, so I loosened his tie. Shouldn't we call an ambulance?
Not for a fainting spell, my dear. Could you get us some hot towels? I'm here, Minister.
Victor.
Now, sit you up. Easy. Sit you up. I'm all right, Victor. You see? We have to get you a donor soon. This happens again.
Yes, I know. I should call a priest.
Money for Felix's wreath, please.